sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider impossible is losing. I've been waiting on the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider impossible is losing. On the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider impossible is losing. I am waiting on the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider impossible is losing. On the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider impossible is losing. I've been waiting on the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to TDPHINSTALK, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. Listen, we're going to start something new, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to start our Tua Tuesdays. Basically, we will every Tuesday we'll spend about 30 minutes to an hour going over how well or how much the quarterback can improve, all the things surrounding Tua Tagovailoa in year 4 of his evaluation. If you're new to the channel, then you don't know that we kind of do an evaluation every year. Last year, we had the Excel sheet where we did the evaluation. We're going to do the same thing this year. We're going to keep up with his grades and give him a composite score on A, B, C, D, F scale, just like regular school in the United States. 90 to 100 is an A, 80 to 89.9 is a B. You got your pluses and minuses depending on where you fall in it, and so forth and so on. So we're going to go over his current grade. Some of you all may be shocked at his current grade right now, and your grade can go off the chart. You can be over 100%, and we'll explain and we'll talk about how in just a moment. Okay. Now, last year we set targets for Tua Tagovailoa. We set targets and we said this is what he should be able to get. This is how many yards he should be able to get. This is how many touchdowns he should be able to get. This is how many interceptions he should be allowed, on a grading scale. And we came up with that. This year, I've decided to keep the targets the same. Now, I've spoke to some people. They're like, well, this is year 2 in the install. The goals should be higher. I'm going to keep them the same because he didn't play the full season last year. And last year, when we did the composite score, he fell a little short of it. I'm going to keep the target the same as far as the weekly targets. Now, the overall target, last year, we had the overall target at 84%. Okay, 84. All right. That's where you wanted him to be, where you felt really good, about his play. This year, we're not going to move that much at all. I had a few people say move it to about 87, 86. I'm going to move it to 85, 1 point higher since it's year 2. I'll concede to that. We'll go at 85. I just think, and this isn't anything official. This is something I made up, something that, as I'm trying to become better and better at evaluating quarterbacks in that nature, something that I follow. And we'll break it all down in just a moment. And as more people come in the room, y'all make sure you hit the like button. Let's get 100 likes. This video is being brought to you by BetUS. Powered by BetUS, your opportunity to receive a 125% sign-up bonus. The link is in the description of the video, and it is also pinned at the top of the chat. Quite a few of you all have signed up to BetUS, man. I was speaking with them recently, and they were like, man, there's a lot of people on the show that play the games and they enjoy it and winning some money. So for all those who signed up, salute to you, because supporting our sponsors is supporting the channel. And I thank y'all for your support. But I'm glad y'all out here, making the most of it, taking advantage of the sign-up bonus and all of that, okay? So again, if you want to join BetUS and take advantage of the player prop sportsbook, make sure that you use the link in the description of the video, or go ahead and click on the link pinned at the top of the chat. Enjoy, and TD Fans Talk channel will get credit for it if you do, okay? Now, before we get started, I want to address something real quick. First and foremost, somebody emailed me and Instagram me some really nasty stuff, but it's all good. It ain't an issue. But I wanted to address some of the things in there, because if one person has a perception, I want to make sure others don't have the same perception. And this person, I'm not gonna, even though they were hating, I'm not gonna put them in the hater category. Okay, I just think that they're really confused. First and foremost, this channel was started as a fan that wanted to really understand why we lose every year. This channel, basically every year, the media, the beat writers told us one thing, selling us wolf tickets, and every year it was false. I mean, it was false every year. And if you're a Dolphin fan, you know that what the media and our local media and all of that told us for the last 20 years, every year it was false. Every single year it was false. It wasn't even close either. It's like they're just selling us, and I just got tired of it because I actually love the team. So I did this not to set out to make money, not to set out to do anything of that nature, just to have fun and enjoy my team. Okay. Now, along that path, opportunities have presented themselves and come my way. And I'd be a fool not to take advantage of them. I'd be a fool not to accept sponsors. I'd be a fool. And the crazy thing is, I used to feel like, man, all these sponsors you do, other people may be doing it for money, but I get it now, it's not even so much doing it for money at all. It's the fact that money is also an opportunity in what I do. So, and I've allowed that to be a blessing, and God has been blessing me with these opportunities. So for anybody thinking that, oh, it's all about money, X, Y, and Z, that's not what it is. But I do, as a man, have to leverage the opportunities that are presented to me that God blesses me with, and that there are opportunities to take advantage of opportunities by all means. Okay. I had somebody that was very disgruntled saying things like, you beg people for super chats and X, Y, and Z. Let's make this clear. Any super chat that has ever been given has been out of the kindness of your own heart. They accused me of lying about not being monetized because they saw ads on the video. About a month ago, they did take away the monetization temporarily, but I got it right back because I appealed and I didn't know what the results would be, but it came back on within a week and a half. Also, I was accused of telling people that my sponsors was going to pay for me to go to Houston, and I never said such a thing. And if I said that, I don't know where it came from, but that's not true. That's why you all got me to Houston. You all helped me get to Houston. Okay. I never told you all that my sponsors were supposed to get me to Houston. So this person, I don't know what rant they were going on, just accused me of all kind of crazy stuff. And I don't have to address it, but I do humble myself and say if one person has that perception, maybe others do. And I want to clear the air. Okay. I never told anybody my sponsors was paying for me to go to Houston. I was very clear. If y'all want me to go to Houston, donate to the Houston Fund. I don't get that. It don't make sense. And you all got me there. Also, as far as the sponsors and things like that, well, I think this is what it is. He did say this in his message, which there's some truth to it. He said you lie. Well, there's not truth that I lie, but he said you lie to the people for money. He said you told us Deshaun Watson was coming. He didn't come. You told us what's the running back? Jonathan Taylor was coming. He didn't come. You told us Brady might be. You lie to people for money, this and that. Listen, yes, I told you all those people were coming because they should have been here. And based off of what I was hearing, yeah, they were coming. But I don't know what this dude was on. But he was really bothered by the fact that I've said some things that didn't come true, that didn't happen. And all in the meantime, people donate to me on the channel and it's not right. I don't know what to tell you. All right. So at the end of the day, if you donate to this channel, you are doing it solely out of the love of your own heart. You are doing it because you choose to, not because I'm begging you. I will never not tell you that it definitely helps me, helps the channel, and helps us do bigger and better things. But if your donation requires me to be 100% right all the time, then don't waste your money because nobody's going to be 100% right all the time. Not dropping dimes it's not. I don't look at this person as a hater because they made a lot of detailed references that this is their perception. You know, the haters are the ones that just cuss you out and call you an idiot and then blah, blah, blah. But they have a perception. So there's logic in their head, you know. So I don't look at it as a hater. And for me, if that person has this perception, there could be others as well. So that's an opportunity, not a moment of saying ignore the haters. It's an opportunity to make sure that we all are on the same page here. I'm providing the best content that I possibly can. Okay. And further past that, you all bless me with hitting the like button. You all bless me by donating. You all bless me by supporting and commenting in the comment section, making it a live chat, making it popping. You know, people say our Sunday games be popping. I mean, I be reading the chat. People come in and be like, man, this chat popping. And they stay and they love it. They subscribe. We almost at 26,000. We just hit like 25,000 a month ago or something like that. We celebrated. We about to be at 26,000. And everything y'all do for me is out of the kindness of your heart. And remember, if anybody think that they are obligated, you are not. Anything you give me, I will accept humbly and thankfully. Okay. I don't want people to feel like now I will always pressure you to hit that like button. Yeah, I have an expectation to hit the like button. Now I can't stop you from not hitting it, but hit that like button. I'm gonna ask for that every time. Because at a bare minimum, if I don't get donations, if I don't get a subscriber or anything like that, I got to look out for the TD Fans Talk brand in general. Hit that like button. Okay? Hit that like button because it'll help us bring more people. And what will more people bring? More subscribers. What will more subscribers bring? More opportunities, more brand deals, more donations, more everything. And then the bigger we get, I just pray that I'll eventually be able to continue to live out the vision that I have long term. Okay. And that's why women and men, but mainly I love talking to men about this. You got to have a vision in life. You think my vision stops here? No, I got big vision, and y'all support it every single day. And as we get closer to that vision, you'll see bigger and better things happening. I mean, yeah, you think the AFC's roundtable is just what it was off the whim? That was a part of a vision, and the vision for that is tenfold of what it's doing now. It's so much bigger. Vision, 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 vision. Visionaries. We're trying to do bigger and better, not stay complacent and stay in the same place. I want y'all to look up every year and be able to say, man, TD, you continue to amaze. You continue to do. God is good. I want y'all to be able to see, man, look at this, look at that. Because tomorrow it could all be taken away. Tomorrow my sponsors can say, hey, we don't want to work with you no more. Tomorrow Bleacher Report can say, hey, we can't do this anymore. And that happens in life. But that don't stop the vision. Now we got to reroute and say, okay, what's the next angle? All right. So just wanted to clear that up because I want to make sure nobody had no false perspectives because, of course, my real haters, they'll run with that and try to spread that narrative. Because one of the biggest narratives out here right now is that I'm not a real Miami Dolphin fan because I have vision to start a sports network and I had a whole bunch of channels, TD Bengals Talk, TD Chargers Talk, TD blah, 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 because I wanted to have a TD brand and I still do. And I want to hire contributors to handle each channel. But I did the legwork at first trying it out. So they got me clipped on camera behind a background of every team doing it. And that makes me not a real Dolphin fan. And a lot of real Dolphin fans see it and they say, oh man, I can't believe I've been following this non-fan. And they believe what the haters out here spreading. So that's why I like to clear the air. I do ignore my haters. That's why I keep moving and keep on hustling. But sometimes you have a moment where you stop and talk to people and let them know what's going on, what's the goals, okay, and what we're doing and what we stand for. All right. TD got big aspirations and we respect that. I appreciate that. I respect y'all supporting these goals more than anything. All right, because you can't bite the hand that feeds you. But you also can't stop being authentically yourself to try to pander to every individual hand that feeds you. You know what I mean? You got to make sure you maintain yourself. All right. Now, appreciate it. Light Gaming said, keep it up. Now, speaking of super chats, we got 3 of them already. So let me read them and thank y'all for sending them. I ain't big for them. I ain't forced nobody to give them. They did it out of the kindness of their own heart. Okay. All right. Lajan Sam said, TD, you got to tell Tyson he can't come to Miami talking crazy like he did in New York. This man looking to get hands put on him. You know how it is over here. Yeah. We talk a lot backstage. He keep on sending us screenshots of the death threats from people from Miami saying, you come down here talking that mess in a round table in Miami. We gonna do this, we gonna do that. Now, I'm gonna tell y'all like this. I'm an advocate for free speech. Say what you want, talk all your talk. I go where I go and I talk my talk, but at the end of the day, I also am aware of my environment. If we do Miami next, which is highly likely that we'll do an event in Miami next, we'll just have to come up with a little $500 or $1,000 and have an officer or 2 present. I mean, that's just what the reality is going to have to be because I don't want him to have to hold back. That doesn't help the quality of what we're building. You see what I mean? As a Dolphin fan, I don't want to hear his crap, but it doesn't help the quality of what we're building. So you got to think bigger picture from our standpoint, being business owners, because y'all got to understand that is a legitimate business. The AFC's roundtable, just like TDPHINSTALK, is a legitimate business that's incorporated through the state, tax ID, everything. So, it's no different. You see Stephen A. Smith going to Colorado, trust they got it blocked off and got security, all of those type of things. So, yeah, it'll be a hostile environment, but at the end of the day, what we did learn is now we have to make sure we have the appropriate people present to make sure we have our area in our space is not invaded, at least not too much. So that's my take on that. Again, I hear you, but we cannot diminish the product in fear of what others will do, but recognizing that there is a real threat. So we'll do the necessary things like have off-duty officers getting their overtime and all this and that. And most of the people that talk, they pop that pop. They see a little car or officer, now they all in the shell. So, and most of them don't show up anyway. It just be all talk. But I trust me, South Florida, yeah, it's a legitimate concern, but we'll have it taken care of. All right. TD, I produce music. How can I send you some free tracks for your future songs? Bro, just email me because I'm always looking for tracks. See, that's the biggest problem. I bust out a track like that. The problem is finding a non-copyright audio, instrumental. Some people have gifted me some, and then I play it, and then I get a copyright strike, and I can't play it anymore. I had a whole new song for this season, and major copyright. So I don't want to get my channel shut down. So if you produce music, man, I need you, Ben. I need you, Ben. I appreciate it. Ben Dials, hit me up, email me, tdphinstalk@yahoo.com. Say this, Ben, I'm a producer. Man, send me the track. Send me the track. I need tracks. That's what I need. Tracks. All right. Some good ones now. Make sure they good now. I ain't the best person telling people I don't like this one. People got their preferences. So, I'm an 808. I like some good stuff. I just put it like that. I like theatrical too. Build up or, I like interesting too. We'll talk. Hit me up. All right. Next up, let's see. We got some more super chats. Appreciate y'all donating. Say, Return of the Mac. When you gonna come to the home of the real New England Patriots fans? We'll do it next year. We are seriously talking about visiting all four. Next year, we are talking about going to all four. We've done the Jets. That was the test run. We know what to do in MetLife Stadium next time. Will be easy for us to put that one on. The other places are a little bit different because we don't know of many tailgate parties where it's free food, free alcohol. I mean, people had a party out there. Y'all don't understand. Like, y'all saw a lot of the pre-partying, but when we were doing the show, it was a lot of people in front of us, like in the area, and free drinks, free food, and people just in line they pouring it up, and everybody having a good time and all that good stuff. And all of that came with the price that we charged, so imagine going into the stadium. Some people had probably $300 worth of stadium stuff, all for $75 out there at the tailgate party. So, but we know we could get that with the Jets, but we don't know about the other ones. So we may have to have it at a bar, an event. Might even go to Miami and do a beach party. I don't know. I mean, we got to think about it. We might do a show on the beach, and then we all out there having fun, getting in the water, volleyball, hey, you never know. That would be an event. That'll be an event. Get my belly out, take the shirt off, get my belly out, hey, what up? Woo! That would be pretty dope though in Miami, but we're gonna figure that. I'm gonna be honest, they want to do one this year, and I'm trying to tell them, man, let's just do it right for next year, because it'll be too much of a rush, in my opinion, this year, because there's no real good. You don't want to do it on a holiday, people with their family, and there's no real good time to do it other than like the next Patriots game, but I feel like that's too soon. We gave this Jets game about two months or 2.5 months. As soon as the schedule was released, we had about 2 months, 2.5 months to sell tickets and get everybody together. This would be a month, and I don't like that for people, right before the holidays. It's hard out here for some people, so I just don't want to. I know some of y'all may be like, oh, no, let's do it. Y'all can, but we want as many people participating as possible. So as soon as that schedule release comes next year, we're going to try to have one of the first events in Miami. And if that changes and we do something this year, I'll let you know. I'll let you know. But it'll be dope. All right, next up, Truly Thankful said TD is making me send him my lunch money. Man, get the heck out of here. Keep doing you, bro. We love your channel. Salute to you, bro. Salute to you, man. I appreciate that. Man, I ain't gonna lie. There's been a lot of people lately making me feel the love. There's been a lot of people making me feel the love. I want to go further, but it'll be controversial. But appreciate you. I appreciate you. I've been feeling the love a lot lately. I'll just say that. I've been feeling the love lately. And I'm saying when you read this comment, keep doing you, bro. We love your channel. Us as a community. And some people that I meet for the first time, man, I love your channel. I just be like, wow. You would never think. You look at certain people, you would never think they would even watch, Um Another thing, jersey giveaway is tomorrow. I forgot. I keep forgetting to tell y'all that. I was supposed to tell y'all this last week. Jersey giveaway is tomorrow. We're gonna do a show, a film study show. We're gonna go over the film from the Patriots game. We're gonna do the jersey giveaway via gift card. Okay, we're gonna send a gift card. Jersey giveaway via gift card tomorrow. Okay. Now there will be some stipulations, but it will be live. Like we'll be live, and I'll be saying everybody who goes and does this. It might be follow me on Twitter or Instagram or whatever it may be. Tag this amount of people, and I'm gonna randomly go in and I'm gonna do a jersey giveaway. Okay, via gift card. I'm gonna send you a gift card. It's for a jersey. If you don't get a jersey, that's you, but it is gonna be a gift card that will pay for a jersey. All right. So just FYI, y'all come through tomorrow for the film study. Matter of fact, give me a second. I'm gonna tell you the exact time I'm gonna do it. Tell you the exact time we're gonna do the film study. I'm wrong. Tonight, 8 p.m. film study. Let's do it. Giveaway jersey. I will send you, whoever wins, I'll send them the gift card tomorrow. You got to email me. I'll have you email me. But I'll tell you tonight. We'll do it tonight. Film study, 8 p.m. I looked at my schedule. I don't know why I thought I had film study tomorrow, but I got a loaded day of Bleacher Report, but I do have a morning show and I got the round table, so we load it tomorrow. So tonight, 8 p.m. All right, we'll do a film study. All right, jersey giveaway. So stay tuned. Get ready for that. All right, we're gonna do more things like that. Have some fun. All right, let's move on. Appreciate you, truly. Let's see. 88 the Hardaway just became a member of the channel. Salute to you, brother. Tim Hardaway, man, throwback. That's what I'm talking about. I was a young man. Alonzo Mourning and Hardaway. Glenn, appreciate you, Glenn. Glenn is always loving and supporting on this channel, man. He said, did you hear about the Dolphin fans hitting the Pat fan at the game and he died? Don't hit anyone. Really? Did that happen? That's crazy, man. Well, y'all, did that really happen? I didn't hear about that. Y'all let me know in the comments. Did that really? I guess it did. Glenn telling me. Let me say this, man. I try to think about what I'm going to say before I say it because I'm very careful with the words I use. And what was in my mind just now that I wanted to say had a little bit of profanity in it. And I try my very best not to curse in my life. And I ain't perfect. You know, everybody be like, you don't curse. I don't, but it's a word to me. I don't look at it as a crazy thing, but I just choose not to because it's unnecessary for me to use. So I don't want you to think I'm this almighty saint that has never cursed in his life. I have cursed. You know, I'll rant 10 of them off right now, but I don't need to. So just FYI. So I'm going to say this and I'm going to actually make an effort not to say a curse word because it's this type of stuff that just tease me off. Culture. It's freaking culture. Like, I don't understand this weak pie, lemon meringue, apple custard culture that we live in now. Everybody get offended by words that were said and X, Y, and Z, and everybody, oh, he said this, and I want to fight him now. Like, keep your hands to yourself. Somebody say something, you all in your feelings. Like, just like that's the weakest thing to me. And culture tries to tell you it makes you hard. It makes you that dude. You ain't refrain from a cuss word. You ain't it. Okay? You ain't it. Like a man dead because somebody got offended at the words he said, or just stupid. And now that person going literally going to prison. You're literally going to prison, and as hard as you thought you felt at that moment to prove a point to whoever was around you, to look more than what you truly are, and now you're going to be sitting there like you ruined your own life. Like, y'all, people, stop subscribing to this weak. I can't see. Stop subscribing to this weak culture that tell you got to act out and be tough to be tough. Like, wisdom is more respectable than you trying to act hard, trying to prove a point. Wisdom. People said to me when we went to the AFC's roundtable in MetLife Stadium, oh, TD scared when I was JETS. Listen to me. Ain't nobody scared. You don't think I can't get up and handle myself? Whether I win or lose a fight, I ain't nobody backing down. But at the end of the day, wisdom. Why do we need to escalate the situation in this moment to a whole new level when we can just diffuse it? Let's keep it moving. We're here to have a good time. It makes absolutely no sense. Stupid. Stop subscribing to this culture out here that tells you got to be this to be respected. Y'all 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 25, 27-year-olds. I'm 38. I ain't no old man. I ain't no young man. I'm just right there at 38, about to transition into being an older man, okay? At the end of the day, all I'm gonna say to y'all, younger men, stop following these social norms, man. Get on your grind, get on your hustle, avoid confrontation, make your money, be better, a better version than you are today, tomorrow, and keep living your life, avoiding confrontation and making the most of your opportunities. The people down here fighting and arguing and bickering are broke and ain't making no money, ain't doing nothing for themselves in life, ain't got no goals, ain't got no aspirations, and they mad because they mental can't even have goals and aspirations. And the saddest part of it all, deep down inside, I can't even get mad at those people because the truth is they just dealing with trauma. They wasn't raised right, but their parents wasn't raised right, and then their parents wasn't raised right, so they don't know how to raise the generation to come. But you can change that. Don't be a victim of every single cycle year of what your parents did or what their parents did. My mama was here. My mama wasn't here. My daddy was here. My daddy wasn't there. My daddy went to jail. My mama did this. You ain't got to succumb to that stupidity. Not calling your parents stupid, but at the end of the day, you if you are a young individual, you know right from wrong more than these adults these days, which is supposed to be the flip. It's supposed to be the reverse. All y'all young people, y'all are witnessing some of the craziest behavior, and y'all know it. You know it ain't right, but some of you doing it yourself. Trust me, it ain't normal. Oh, sorry, I lied to you. It is normal, but it shouldn't be. Change it. You have the power to change it. Right now, society is just screwed for the next 20 years because of a generation. There was a generation of people. Oh, we ain't finna get into all of this, all of that stuff. But listen, stop. You ain't got to prove nothing. You don't have to prove nothing. You ain't got to make these dumb mistakes. You ain't got to prove that you the big bad guy. Let you disrespect. Oh, I ain't letting nobody disrespect me. Okay, what you gonna pay for them not to? What you gonna do if they do? I'm gonna do this. That's assault. Well, they disrespected me. Like now you got assault charges. Now you literally complaining for the rest of your life about the compounding effects that it had. I had to pay this, I had to pay that. I went broke trying to defend this, and then I got convicted, and I may have not went to jail, but I'm on probation, and now it's hard for me to do this. Now I got to work there, and they don't make enough for this, and I got a child, and I can't do this. Now my relationship over, now I got to pay this. And that. It's just everything out here of landmines these are landmines out here in this world. One mistake in today's world compounds. It ain't just that mistake. They compound. They freaking compound. All for the dumbest reasons in the world, to try to prove to the people around you that you that dude. Man, I done already told y'all about my youth experience in high school. I wasn't no simp, but I wasn't no thug. I wasn't pie. I wasn't no pushover. But I ain't doing I'm right here with my homies that's right now after lunch about to go jump the gate at the rock pit. They about to go smoke weed. They gonna skip third and fourth period. They gonna come back fifth period, sit there in the band class high, school over. I'm right here with them. Hey, we good. But when that bell rung, I was headed to class. They were off doing that. Stop thinking you got to succumb to these peer pressures, because guess what? Almost every single one of them are victims of this system today. One way or another, and it was because of the decisions they made. Now, their environment influenced a lot of those decisions. But if I got a chance to sit here and tell you right now, don't fall for it. Like, even me, you don't think I was held back in a lot of the things that I did when I was younger? I can't use my ignorance as an excuse, because although it may have been true that I was ignorant and I didn't know better, that don't help me today. I'm talking about innocent stuff. I go to college, I'm racking up credit cards, going to the mall, getting fits, making sure I look good in college. I wish I would have knew better. All the money I spent in college, I could have came out and put $30,000, $40,000 down on my house. And now today, I'm finally in a position where I'm trying to get my house. 20 years later, almost 17, 16 years later, all because of my ignorance. Some of y'all got a chance to not live in that freaking ignorance. Educate yourself. And those who did live in the ignorance, just like me, don't use that as no freaking excuse to continue your ignorance and everything. I just didn't know better, and now I'm stuck. You ain't never stuck. You stuck when you tell yourself you are. Now come up with a plan and get yourself out of it. It may take longer. That's the dice you roll. It may take longer, but keep going. Don't sit there. Too many people sitting here soaking in what they should have did 10 years ago. And you'll soak for 5 years, and you would have accomplished it in those 5 years if you weren't soaking. Now, to humble myself and come down a little bit, I understand what depression can do to one. And I always end by telling y'all this, because I don't try to push my beliefs on nobody. I've been through depression. I've been through all these things. I've been through the ups and downs. I've done it all. And I'm telling you, I done seek things to try to cope, this, that, and this. And only one thing worked, and that's exercising my faith in God and starting to live off of what the Bible says. And then I'm seeing my life being transformed. I'm going to tell you like this, whether you're an atheist or not, whether you don't believe in the Bible or God, see, I don't get into arguments with people about believing in it. All I'm going to tell you is this: even if you don't believe, read the book, follow its principles, and it is a guide for life. And I promise you, prosperity and none but great things will come your way, unless he's choosing you to take you through something to elevate you to something even higher. And that's typically what it is. And when I learned that and I start literally living my life according to that, I am telling you, I have been nothing but blessed. And every time something comes my way that tells me I'm not blessed, I recognize where it's from. And that is the enemy. And once I recognize that, I wink at them and say, God got me. And then next you know, oh, out of nowhere, tenfold. Tenfold. Wow. Wow. Man, stop subscribing to this. This ain't even a word. This enemy-addict culture. Stop subscribing to this stuff that's holding you back in life and your family and the people that depend on you. Stop subscribing to that crap. And let's start winning. Let's start winning. Get on that winning team. If you choose to, get on the winning team. Because the other team, I'm telling you, it's inevitable. It doesn't do nothing but crash and burn. Got a man literally at a game getting upset 9.9 times out of 10 over some words and just killed the man. You know he ain't mean to kill him. He wanted to make a point. But look at what happens. It's always a trick. It's always a booby trap. Stop subscribing to that raggedy culture that tells you that you need to steal, hit licks, do this drug, do that drug, treat women the way the worst way possible, respect nobody but yourself. That culture that's promoting because it's a feel good. It's, oh my God. Let me start. All right, listen, we're supposed to be having Tua Tuesday. We're supposed to be having Tua Tuesday. Let's get back to Tua Tuesday. I'm done because I'm done. Thank y'all for listening. I'm sorry for those who didn't want to hear it. It is what it is. I ain't apologize. I ain't sorry. I lied. I just lied to you straight to your face. I ain't sorry. Moments like that, I thank God for putting words in my mouth to say, because I swear if I could just touch that one person help you out. That's why I thank God. I know that God chose me. I am blessed. I know that he could take me tomorrow, but I know he already put me on this earth to serve my purpose and continue to as long as he had me here. Because the one thing I will tell you, the one gift that I know that I know God gave me this gift. He gave me the gift to be able to adapt in any environment and relate in any environment. And you want to go as thug as it can be, I step in if I need to, and I ain't even got to participate. But I could be, you want me to go as proper buttoned up, go put the tie on the suit and be in board meetings, I'm good. Every culture, this culture, that culture, this, that, I can adapt to every single one and get in. And like when you see me on TDPHINSTALK, this is the true me. This is me. If ESPN hit me up tomorrow and it was a fly on the wall, you wouldn't see me like this. You'll see the vocabulary change. You see my appearance change. If you want to see me out there hanging with my homies in Hollandale, just chilling for a little bit, I'm kicked back on the car with them, doing me. And none of that is wrong. None of that is wrong. But I get to go in any arena and tell them how good God is and not be pushed away or feel out of place. I get to go in any arena, any environment, and be able to adapt, interact, and slide in there how good God has been for me and not be pushed away and not feel out of place. I know that's the gift he's given me. And that's why I speak every chance I get the way I speak. Because I'm telling y'all, some of y'all can be like, all right, man, I'm enough of this. I'm out of here. But I'm telling you, it's 2, 3, 4, 5 people right now listening. They're like, man, you know what, man? It's time for me to get my stuff together. It's time for me to get my act together. I'm sitting here. I know I got this desire right here, but I'm sitting here going to work every day, wanting to do this desire, but I just got to keep working, and I got to raise these kids. I got to, bills here, and it's tough, but I'm just tired, man. I'm just tired. I mean, just like deep down, you got ambition, you got desire, you want to do bigger and better things, but your life circumstances weighing on you, and you're just staying still. You're just staying still. I'm telling you, hit your boy up. Hit your boy up. Email me. Let's get up. Let's move. Let's go. Talk through it. Talk through it. Sometimes you just need somebody help pushing you. Helping, just talking through, man. I'm telling you. But it's too many. Some of y'all king, like all of us kings, but some of y'all kings. Some of y'all are some, I'm talking to some kings right now. But you just ain't tap into it. You just ain't tapped into it. I've tapped into being a king. I'm just trying to work towards sitting on my throne. I'm just trying to work towards sitting in my throne. I'm all in my city and in the villages and all of that right now in my life, trying to make sure that the people are straight so that I could sit back on my throne. These are analogies, by the way, for those who don't get it. It's too many. I know too many kings are listening to me. Also, let's move forward. The internship, I haven't forgot about it. I got all the inquiries. I got like 20 people inquired about the internship. I'm gonna be honest, I sat forward to try to work with 2 or 3 people. I may expand that to like 5. Unfortunately, I'm not gonna be able to make everybody happy. That's just the reality. But as God continues to bless what we're doing and we continue to grow, if the revenue is there for what we're doing. See, y'all got to understand what we do on this channel, the revenue that we bring in, the donations, ad revenue, brand deals, and all of that. That ain't just in TD pockets saying, hey, let me go get my wife a Gucci purse. And that ain't what it does. Okay. And thank God I ain't got a wife that expect those things either. Thank God. But these things go into trying to make the channel bigger and better and be able to eventually start hiring people, things of that nature to put on better production so that there's a better view, because it's so much I want to do. I mean, vision's so big, but you got to take it one step at a time and remember where you are right now. With that being said, there will be more opportunities, okay? Because my goal, I always have a goal for everything I do to expand it, because this internship isn't pay. It's an internship. But within it, there will be ways to make incentive from a monetary standpoint in the internship. Okay. Now, as it expands and as we scale the roles of the interns, I'm trying to build it to where it creates their own salary anyway for them. And that way we can bring on more interns and show them how to potentially create their own salaries as well through what we're doing. So I'm the guy for it. And I think I can do that with the right help. So I'll be going through those 20 people that inquired about the internship, and we'll be breaking it down. And we'll come up with the right people that's going to be best for the channel to help us get to that next level. Because somebody said this to me 2 weeks ago. I was in a business meeting and they were like, I got to be honest with you, because I was in a business meeting with this person, like a huge investor with a whole bunch of creators. Not a whole bunch, like 6 or 7 creators. And they were like, the amazing thing is a lot of you guys have these great thumbnails. You got these great edited videos and productions. I'm intrigued at TDPHINSTALK because he don't use thumbnails. He just raw live, and he gets that level of reception and that audience and that amount of live feedback. It's crazy to me. And even Richie said this to me when I went to New York, and they're right. And he was just like, I wonder if you did have all your this and that, how much more it would be. And they're right. They're right. I just ain't got the time. See, if I got 6 kids, worrying about what each and every one of them doing on a day-to-day basis. So I don't have the time for everything. All I got time for is hitting that live button. Hey, let's get it. Let's talk. but that's what we want to bring help in for, to make this more professional, more I mean, I'm still gonna do me and be me, but more put together production, which goes a long way. So that's where we're headed right now. And as the revenue and things like that continues to grow, then we want to go ahead and start having dedicated actual employees, to where, yeah, we're starting to branch out and expand. The growth is what's most important, growth. And that's not just numbers, but the growth in platforms and everything. All right. So just FYI. So those in the internship realm, remember that I haven't forgot about you. Okay. Just remember, I've been very busy. My aunt was laid to rest on Thursday last week. The trip to New York, it's just been nonstop, and we just moved. Um, and that has been hectic. So at the end of the day, I'm just coming down, but it's still some boxes and things I got to unpack and put some things together. And I'm almost there to where I'll be reaching out to those interns and vetting and offering opportunities. All right. So just be patient with me. Sorry for the delay. All right. Oh man, God, just rest your peace on that family of the person who lost their life. All right. And again, remember, the Bible says vengeance is the Lord. So anyway, all right. Return of the Mac said, what's your reaction to the Dolphins fan that punched the Patriots fan and made him fall on his head and sadly pass away? I guess I just gave my reaction. Facts, TD, facts about something, all that stuff I just said. Nah, Uncle TD, you're old. Hey, I'm me. I don't worry about age. I just worry about my mission and what God put me on this earth to do. And whenever He ready for me to no longer exist, that moment will come. I don't worry about those things. I don't worry about age and stuff like that. Finsanity that bring back TD Real Talk. I may, because I do, once I settle into this house, I do have my podcast coming. So it'll be, and my podcast is going to be an open forum, by the way. I'm going to go live 2 to 3 times a week late at night. It's going to be a late night show. Probably start around 10 p.m., maybe even 11. It's going to be a late night show, maybe 10 p.m. And we're going to talk about everything. Any and everything y'all want to talk about. Because I'm going to have an active email and social media that's going to say, hey, TD, I want your thoughts on this. This just happened in the world. I want your thoughts on that. This just whatever it is. What's your thoughts on relationships? What's your thoughts on marriage? What's your thoughts on blah, blah, blah? What's your thoughts on this political situation? Anything. We're going to cover it all. I'm going to try to have 10 topics tonight, taking them from what's happening out in the world and what you all want me to talk about. So, and then eventually we'll get into one or 2 or 3 areas that's pretty common, and we'll, start to niche it out to start impacting and affecting those areas. So yeah, it's coming. I promise you. Thanks for addressing victim culture. We need to remember every person here is more similar than different. We want love, respect, understanding. Absolutely. Couldn't have said it better, Rogan Man, too. That's all it's about, man. That's all it's about. Love, respect, and understanding. And even if you, and above all, the thing is, even if you disagree, it's okay. The person ain't got to be the devil to you just because you disagree with the thought process it is. You finally got that bum master at work with the Plies song last night. He wanted to laugh. I know it. He knows. He hit me up, was like, yeah, you got me. Condolence to the family, TD. Thank you, Color. Love you, Color. Love you. Color always rock with your boy, man. And always had my back. I be seeing you out here taking up for me, man. I appreciate you, bro. All right. So that's all the super chats right now. Thank y'all so much. Let's get into it. I mean, we're supposed to be here to talk about what time is it? 1:25. We're supposed to be here giving Tua Tuesday vibes. Let's dive in right away. Let's go ahead and pull up last year's chart, and then I'm gonna reveal this year's chart. Okay, so we are switching gears, y'all. We're getting into we are getting into Tua time, baby. All right. He said, "What's your thoughts on the Iran trade? The U.S. just did. See, stuff like that. We'll talk about it. I don't want to get into details of it now, because we do have an agenda. I need to get this done, but I'll be able to speak on that stuff too. I mean, I'm versed in a lot of areas, and I keep up with a lot of areas, especially international stuff, especially trade embargoes, especially just politics and everything happening in the world. On a global standpoint. So we'll be able to hit all those things. All right. Appreciate that. All right. Let's go. Let me share my screen. Here we go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, for those who are new to the channel, take a look on your screen. Here you go. Let me try to. Yeah, give me a second. Let me put myself at the top. That may be better so you can see it. There we go. All right, so hopefully y'all see it a little better this way. Okay. All right. This is Tua Tagovailoa year 3 evaluation and grades. Okay. So hopefully y'all remember this. Give me one moment. All right, cool. We're good. All right, so y'all remember this from last year. Tua had a target at the bottom right there, if you can't see it, of 84 last year. Okay, let me see if I can make this one little notch bigger. Review 110. Let's go 120. Let me see if that takes us off. Ooh, I did 1200 and something. 120. Yeah, that's better. It gives a better view. So at the goal, that little blue box at the bottom right, it was a target of 84 because everybody said, what does Tua need to do to be a franchise quarterback to you? How does he need to play? And I told y'all, Tua, man, on this scale, he needs to be at 84 by the end of the season, and I'll feel like he's a franchise quarterback, okay? All right, so what this chart is, if you look on the right, in the words, you probably can't see it very well on your screen, but it says stats are based off of season expectations. So last year we set a goal for Tua to have an average of 258.82 yards per game. Okay. 258.82 times 17. That put him at 4,400 yards on the season. That was our goal for Tua. 4,400 yards. Okay. Also, we wanted him to have 2 touchdowns a game. We all decided we want to do 34 touchdowns on the season. 4,400 yards, 34 touchdowns. Okay? And less than 1 interception a game, 0.71. We put him at 12 interceptions for the season is okay. Some people think that's high, but for me, I felt like it would have been okay. If he had 4,400 yards, and he had 34 touchdowns, I'm okay with 12 interceptions. Now, some people don't like that. They're like, no, you need about 8 to 10. This is just expectations. I'm fine with 12. Okay? I made these stats not crazy. And then we threw the last little factor in there, but we made it very small weight. We made it a 5% weight. We didn't want it to be a big weight because, Tua doesn't do it much. And on top of it, it is a factor in the game in today, and that's running the ball for a quarterback. That's a huge factor in today's NFL, but I didn't want to make it big because he doesn't do it much, and he's more of a pocket quarterback. But when you talk about the quarterback position, that is a factor these days that's making a difference for guys like Jalen Hurts, who isn't this stat guy, but he's rushing the ball to make his value immense. So we added that at a small 5% factor, okay? So the first category is his play on the field. That's really his and we made that 50% of his overall grade, how well he played on the field. That's really his it's his PFF grade. Okay? 50% of his PFF grade will be factored. His stats, we graded that at 40%. So 50% of his weight will be PFF, 40% will be overall stats that I just outlined for you. 10%, we did availability because it was always an issue. And it continues to be an issue. So we're not changing that this year. 10% of his overall score is going to be availability. Okay? The raw numbers are in the middle, the overall grade each week, and then the letter grade at the end. So as you can see, this is clear a replication of last season. First game versus New England, average. Baltimore game, off the charts. Everything in purple on here is off the charts, by the way. Tua had some off the chart moments last year. That's what was the beautiful part. Off the charts in the Baltimore game. Comeback week 3, Buffalo, above average, C+, and that's because he didn't really have to do much in that game. I think that was the Buffalo game. Correct me if I'm wrong. Acknowledge me if I'm right. He didn't have to do much in the game. He was efficient. It was an above average game. Then week 4, Cincinnati Bengals, it was a disaster. His availability was less than half the game. Not only that, his play, he almost threw 3 picks, but he only threw 1. They were bottling him up before they hurt him. It was just bad. The next 2 weeks were not applicable because he didn't play, but he did take a hit on his availability score. When he came back, that first game versus the Pittsburgh Steelers, his grade overall was a 71.6, which was average. And I believe y'all agree with the correlation here when you think about how he did in these games. He wasn't good in Pittsburgh, but it was still average. Okay. Then week 8, he went on a tear. That's the Lions, Browns, Bears. Just off the charts in 2 of those games. And the middle game, he was phenomenal with a 99.1 as a rating as well. That was his stretch where he just ripped the league apart, man. And then he came back in that Houston game. I didn't think he played well in Houston, but my own grading system had him at a good quarterback. Okay? You got, average is around 70, above average is like the high 70s. And then good is the low 80s. Mid 80s is really, mid to higher 80s is really good. And then great is the low 90s, and, elite superior is the high 90s and over 100. So just FYI. But I didn't think he played well in that Houston game, but my own score and what drove him were the yards. The stats were still good. The yards, he was off the chart. So that was a heavy weight. And this is how it works. This is how the grading system works. So he was good. He was good in the Houston game overall. Then, that stretch came. San Francisco, average. And that had a lot to do with the yards. He still put up a lot of yards. The yards really are carrying Tua's numbers overall. Okay, the yards has been carrying his numbers overall. So that game he was average. The next game he was poor against the Chargers, D-. It wasn't an F. Then the next game he was average again versus Buffalo, and I kept trying to tell y'all that Buffalo game he wasn't good, but on here it was average. Okay, he put up a few numbers. He had some yards. He got his touchdowns. He didn't turn the ball over, but the overall composite score was good. Average. Now, then the Green Bay game, he was below average. He was just below average, and it's sad. If he had that interception factor taken away, man, that would have been a good game for him. Those interceptions, you can't recover. All right. And then we all know the last 2 games he didn't play. So to end the season, Tua Tagovailoa had a composite score of 80.1. Now, I did this. I want to do this. Say he didn't miss any games last year and he was 100% on his availability. Let me expand it. Ooh, no. Well, let me go back. That would have took him up 82.8. His availability alone hurt him like 2.7 points. He still would have came up short of the 84 target because of that bad stretch at the end of the season really hurt him. The bad stretch really hurt him last year at the end of the season. All right, let me go back now. Let me put it back where it was. So Tua was a B- last year, almost a C+, but he was a B-. And at the end of the day, that's still good, y'all. He didn't hit the target that I wanted him to hit to feel like he was a franchise quarterback, but that's really good. That's really good to end your season, year 3, first install as a B-. He did good. He did good. Okay. And 80 is at the bottom of that realm, barely good, but it's good. It's slightly above average. Okay. But this is why I try to tell people chill out sometimes, because even when you got these superior stretches, it's a long season. It's a long season. So even what he's doing right now, let's just continue to hope that he's headed in the right direction. Okay. Now let's go over to year 4, because we already got it built out. This is this year. Hey, what week is our bye? Because I just put it there like last year. I need to put it on the right week. Do y'all know what week our bye is? Somebody let me know in the comment section. What week is our bye? TD, did you steal these rankings from Big O? I don't watch Big O. I don't know what he's doing. So, no. Not at all. Anybody remember what our bye week was last year? Put it in the comment section, because I don't have the chat up because I'm sharing my screen. Well, I have the chat. I have a different chat up. Okay, week 10. This year, right? This year is week 10. Week 10 by week. So it was 1 week earlier. So let me copy this and place it. I'm gonna do it later because I got to change the formulas. I got to change the formulas because right now it includes that week 10, the formulas that I have on the spreadsheet. I'll change it later. All right, let's get into the nitty gritty. All right, week 1, as you can see, man, Tua Tagovailoa was off the charts, y'all. And what he did in week 1, he had an overall grade on my scale of a 113.6, which is a A++. Okay, A+ alone is just high 90s. You get in that plus realms when you go over 100. If you go 120 or higher, you get 3 pluses. You know, he got one of them last year, as you can see right there in week 2. He had an A++, and he had 2 other A++. All right. But here we go. Week 1, I have him at an A++. Man, the yards, of course, they're driving his numbers, but the touchdowns in week 1 were off the charts as well. Remember, the goal is 2 per week. He had 3. So he got 1.5 of the value of what he could have got. The interceptions, he did have 1. So he's allotted 0.71 a game. So when you take that 0.71 and divide it by the 1 that he has, it comes up to 0.71. So he only gets a 71% value for his goal for interceptions. So we need that to go up, because as you see next week, he did the same thing. The run grade, he's always been rat bad in the run game because he's not a mobile quarterback and he's not very effective in it. Sometimes he can pick up a first down here and there. As you can see last year, the run game, he only had 1 game where he actually showed up and showed out, and that was the Chargers game. Out of all games, it was one of the only positive things. So yeah, his overall score in week 1 was 113 plus 0.6, driven by the stats, y'all. As you can see over here at the top left, he got a 46.5 from just his play on the field. That's out of 50%, 50 total points you can get. He got a 46.5, but in the stats, you can get 40 points and he's off the chart. He got 57.59 because of his stats were off the charts. All right. Of course, he gets the full value for availability because he was healthy and in the game. I always look at every week the percentage of snaps. As long as he's 100%, he gets the full value. If, you know, he comes out for any reason and misses 2 snaps, it might be 9.7 or something. But we just that's how I keep track of that. All right. But week 2 last week, based off of the grade, PFF had him a 75.7. which gives him a 37.85 factor on play on the field. Okay. So PFF, even though they have him in green because PFF doesn't go on a grading system, A, B, C, D, E, F, I do. They go off of just a grade compared to your peers. So that's why they have him in a low green. But it's yellow to me because it's a C right in the middle. Yeah, so 75.7 PFF. And his yards was still phenomenal, even though he only had like 249 or something like that. Let me see. I got it here. 249. Yeah, he was short of his yards, but it's still up there, and he's getting carried from last week. Even if he have a few games of trash yards, he's good because of week 1. Now, his touchdowns hurt because he only had 1, and we averaged 2 a game. Now, this probably has him at an even value for the season, though, because he had 3 the first game. It evens him out. That interception got him again. See, the thing is, you don't want Tua to go on this train of having 1 interception a week because, to be quite honest with you, 17 interceptions in a season is not good. That's turnover prone. You can 17 interceptions in a season is unacceptable. Some people think 12 was too high, but I put it at 12 because he's still young. Once he get his next deal and move on, then, it'll probably be 10 in my opinion. But he got to get off of this trajectory of 17 interceptions this season. Okay? So that has to happen. All right, because last year he was on pace for like the 12. Right now, on pace for 17. We got to change that. So, and interceptions is 25% of his stats grade. So he protects the ball, we'll be all right. Run grade, trash as usual, not a big deal, only 5%. So he got 80% on the raw stats. You put that with the play on the field and his availability being at 100%. His composite score was a 78.9, which was a C+ in the week. Almost a B. Almost a B- at 80, but he was a C+. Now, you put both weeks together, and right now, Tua Tagovailoa is a 99.8 A+. He is only 0.2 away from being what you would consider the perfect quarterback getting 100 in a season. At least that's what he's playing like right now. This is the reality. Okay? You see the stats, 44.32. It's above what you're even allowed to get. You're supposed to get 40 to be 100%, but he's at 44 because his stats are off the chart. His raw play PFF is pretty much at almost a 91. He gets 45 factor. His availability at 100% right now. Yeah, man. Right now, Tua Tagovailoa on my scale, on how I grade him, doesn't make my grade better than anybody else's. So don't go out there, oh, you're good, whatever. 99.8. This man is playing A+ on my standards of what I expect of him. Cumulatively, okay? When you put it together, not the eye test of saying, because somebody asked me the other day and I said B+. But based off of my own standards and what I expect statistically and how he's playing, A+ right now. And this has more elements than just stats. People think this is just stats. PFF is telling you which throws are turnover worthy, big time throws. All of those things go into it. Missed opportunities. All of those are in the PFF grade. And he's number 1 on PFF right now. And I'm on Twitter this morning, and I see all these people, look at his PFF, look at his PFF. And anytime the PFF is trash, PFF ain't the gospel. Man, I continue to tell y'all, PFF is the closest thing you're going to get in the NFL of evaluating a quarterback detail-wise. Because at least they're putting in the work with statistics. Of course, they may be off by, a 0.5 or minus 0.5 because of subjectivity. But at the end of the day, overall, this is the only data you truly have for advanced stats. Ain't no other true advanced stats out there better than PFF. who's looking at every single play, looking at ball placement, looking at big time throws, looking at did somebody screw up in coverage? Who made this? How did you do when they screwed up in coverage? How did you do when they played good in coverage? All of that stuff. Whether you like it or not, I subscribe to it, and I'm telling you, Tua's balling right now as an overall. He is an A+ on my scale. A+. Now, it's a long season, though. This is where people, oh, see, I told you, you ready to admit you were wrong? Well, I'm sorry. Last year after the Lions, Browns, and Bears game, right here in this nice little stretch, y'all asked me, was I ready to admit I was wrong? And even on my scale, last year after the Lions, Browns, and Bears game, Tua was in the 90s on my scale. And every week after, it slowly but surely kept going. They were like 98. Then it was like 97. Then it was like 93. Then it went to 88. And then we had that Green Bay game, and it went to like, it was like 80 or something like that. It was like 79 or something, 80 or something. In the last 2 weeks, the only thing I factored against him was availability, and it ended up at 80.1. So it's a long season. Let's let it play out, and we all hope that Uno can continue on this trajectory, because these are some phenomenal numbers. These are phenomenal. Look down here at the bottom. These are phenomenal numbers. Oh, I want to see a lot of green and purple. The red on running, we don't care about. It ain't that big of a deal. Out of the 5% on that red, he at least getting 2.5 because it's 50% at least. We're not worried about the run. It is what it is. We're going to take that little bit of an L. But where he can make a big difference is the interceptions. Let's say he gets the whole value. He's a 102. He's purple. He's off the chart. Don't turn the ball over. But things are supposed to even out, guys. That's the only, crazy thing. Things are going to even out, which I have to understand right now, even from a yardage standpoint. Like, let me do the math. 466 plus 249 is what he had. He's 715 yards on the season, and you divide 715. Hold on. 715 divided by 2. He's what am I doing? 715 divided by 2. He's averaging 357.5 yards a game. Now, what you have to understand is, even if he has a 300-yard game, his average is going down because he jumped out so high before. Even a 300-yard game is going to drop his average because he's averaging 357. Have another 250-yard game. Now, instead of 357, you're down to like 320 something. So the yards are going to go down, but you need to correct the interception so your rating doesn't go down. The yards, now the yards may not go down. Maybe they don't. But, statistically, I mean, I don't know if Tua's going to average 357.5 per game all season. Yeah. I mean, that's 6,000 yards. That's 6,100 yards. I mean, it'll be nice, but, I mean, let's be honest. Hey, if you're averaging it, maybe, but I'm just saying it's not likely. It's not likely. So with that being said, we know that the yards are going to drop his rating eventually, but correct those interceptions and you offset it and you stay high. So don't turn the ball over with interceptions. I don't have fumbles factored in here because PFF already does that as well. I don't factor fumbles in. Okay. A lot of times that's protection, or, I don't like factoring fumbles with quarterbacks, they're not typical ball carriers, and it's not that hard to make a quarterback fumble sometimes with a good hit. But anyway, this is TD doing spreadsheet analysis. We did this last year, man. We just wanted him to hit the target because y'all don't understand. I want Tua to be our franchise quarterback. I just always had a stance that I don't believe that he can be. Now, has my stance changed? It hasn't changed, but it's been a little altered. My eyes are open to like, maybe he can be a franchise quarterback. Oh, no. Let me wait. We saw this before. We saw that. That's where I'm at now. Before, I don't care. I would have told you straight up. Tua can't be a franchise quarterback. He's not, he ain't got the intangibles. He's so many limitations that what he does well, he got to do perfect long term. And I don't believe he can. Now I'm like, maybe he can do the things that he do well consistently. So maybe he can be, but again, let me keep on seeing. But then in the back of my head, this is what bothers me. And I don't have this conversation because, I would even call somebody a hater for having this conversation because it's in the future. That's all. No matter what he does now, what happens when Tyreek is no more? Will he be able to maintain this level of play? You're not going to always be able to find the next Tyreek. Will we be able to see the highest level of Tua forever? If he proves it this year and he is consistent, will we be able to see this long term when Tyreek is done in the next 2 years? That's the tricky part. That's the tricky part. That's the tricky part. And we won't know. You won't know until you know. I know that if he doesn't win a Super Bowl in the next 2 years and Tyreek is gone, it could end up being the Tannehill situation again. But this time 8 years instead of 7 because you gave Tannehill the money and Tua, you waited to give it to him. So you're on the hook for another year. So Tua didn't have Hill in college. Are you kidding me? In college, he had 4 Tyreek Hills. What Waddle and them was in college was the equivalence of Tyreek in the NFL from a competition standpoint. With what Alabama played against, you might well say all of them were Tyreek Hills. Talk about he had no Tyreek Hill in college. He had 4 of them. He had 4 of them. He had 5 Teron Armsteads on the O-line. He had a Jonathan Taylor already. Come on, don't do that. Waddle, Ruggs, Judy, and Smith. Come on, really? You said without Hill. Yeah, I know. That's what I meant. Somebody just commented college. So I was just like, well, stop. I see what you're saying now. You know what I'm trying to say. You don't do that. Of course, he ain't have him in college, literally, but we're talking about this to have a weapon like that. You're not going to always be able to have a weapon like that. What happens when you got to pay Waddle $35 million? And that's a possibility, y'all. But for right now, let's just say 32 because that look like where the market may go. What happens if you got to pay Waddle $32 million and you stuck with your number 2 being a Devontae Parker again, that type of caliber player? I don't know how that's going to look. See, because what y'all got to realize is they're able to do it right now because they're paying Tyreek 30 and they're only paying Waddle 10. But what happens when Waddle gets paid and you need to find a $10 million receiver? You know what a $10 million receiver is in the NFL? It's not Waddle. Only reason it's Waddle is because of the rookie contract limitations. You ain't gonna have a top 5 draft pick to go get another one. And on top of it, when you look at the next several years, you can't use no draft picks on impact players anyway. You need to figure out your O-line. You ain't going to have a left tackle. Y'all don't sit around here and start getting fooled thinking that, oh, well, the Lamb in the offensive line now, they could be the future. They playing good. Let's stop. Miami Dolphin fans, when we watch the film tonight, y'all need to understand all these chips and max protection and all of that. It's an amazing game plan. But don't think that we got the guys of the future on this O-line right now. Because when a Tyreek is gone, you're not going to be able to run all them 2 and 3 man routes. You're not going to be able to do all that chipping and delayed sneaking out in the flat. You need them guys to go run straight up routes. You got to replace your left tackle soon. You still trying to figure out your left guard. Connor, you ain't even paid, and he want his money, so that may be something we got to do. Hunt, you ain't paid either, and he need to get his money. And Austin Jackson, oh my gosh, I don't know, man. We're gonna talk about it tonight on film. Let me hit these super chats, and then we're gonna go look at some of the grades. I'm gonna hit these super chats, and then we're gonna go to PFF and look at some of the grades of players on the team. Okay, we're gonna do that next. Okay, now, well, let me read these super chats first. All right, so a nice donation from Pedro Hernandez. Said, TD, late to your program, love your show, and I'm proud of you. Keep telling them the truth of our Father. Thank you, brother. Ain't nothing gonna ever stop it. Question, TD, does strength of opponent get factored in on the PFF grade? If not, how do you consider that? First of all, look, it's not factored on PFF. That's number one. And I don't have to consider it. Just let the whole season play out. That's why it always evens out to what it truly is. This is why last year, when everybody was like, oh my gosh, PFF, oh, look at what Tua is. And then when the hard schedule came, the PFF reflected because of the performance. So I don't have to factor in strength of schedule. Your schedule is your schedule. Go play it. And how you do against it. And we got a tough schedule. Now, if I was doing a composite score rating him versus his peers, then I would add in a factor of strength of schedule, something. But we're not factoring his peers. We're just evaluating him. So this is your schedule. How did you do versus it? Bam. Because strength of schedule can be subjective as well. We balled out against the Lions last year. Oh, they secondary suck. No. Their starting safety was out, and their other starting safety in Deshaun Elliott, who's on our team now, was out as well. Both of their starting safeties did not play that game. And the Lions defense actually played well in stretches last year. But I'm supposed to say they, you see what I'm saying? Oh, I'm supposed to say they're a good defense when they guys were out. Injuries are factors too. So I stay away from that and just screw it. How did you play? If you lucked out and the starting quarterback was gone or the starting best pass rusher was gone, you lucked out. It is what it is. How did you play regardless? How did you play regardless? We got enough tough games this season for him to prove himself. We don't have a shortage of it this year, ladies and gentlemen. There is no shortage in Tua Tagovailoa having an opportunity to prove that he is a franchise quarterback this year. So for me, I've already told y'all, just on my scale, get an 85, and I believe you're a franchise quarterback. If he gets an 80, they may still give him a contract and extend him long term. I don't know. I'm just saying from my point of view, 85, he's definitely a franchise quarterback. Last year, the goal was 84, and he had an 80.1. And a lot of that had to do with his availability. But he still came a little bit short, even if he played all games. He would have had an opportunity to raise his scores, but they were already so high in some cases. We'll see. But anyway, let's go. Let me read a few more, and then we'll go to PFF. Answer to all them questions is in McDaniel we trust. I trust him to figure out how to scheme players open. We make him Braxton and River look good, but that's because they're focusing on Tyreek and Waddle. And I think you're referring to when Tyreek is gone, how are we going to look? And you're saying the answer is McDaniel. I disagree. The answer is not. Now, the answer needs to be McDaniel, but the answer is going to always be how Tua can play. But here's why. If you thought the answer was McDaniel, then you didn't need Tyreek to begin with. Scheme it up, baby. If you thought the answer was McDaniel, you didn't need Armstead anyway. Scheme it up, baby. Give him the same circumstance Flores had. If it's him that's going to make the difference, then give him the same circumstance and let's see the difference. Now, do you think it would have been different? Do you think that if Mike McDaniel had Jakeem Grant, Mike Gesicki, Devontae Parker, Kalen Ballage, and Kenyon Drake or whoever, no Rams, do you think we be yelling McGenius? Maybe. I don't know. But that's for y'all to decide. That's for y'all to decide. Would we be as impressive if we didn't have Armstead, Tyreek Hill, and Nick Chubb? I don't think Nick Chubb impacted anything anyway. I'm not saying either way. It ain't for me to say. But that's your reality. Answer that question, and there's your answer. This is why it kind of baffles me with our fan base. They think, oh, listen. People need to understand these weapons we have. The impact that they have on the game. I said Nick Chubb, my bad. Bradley Chubb. Nick been on my mind. I just pray he's gonna be all right. Speedy recovery. Bradley Chubb, y'all know what I meant. But appreciate y'all for correcting me. But that's your question. That's why this whole, McDaniel is a better coach. Well, like I said, how do you think this offense would look if Mike McDaniel had Devontae Parker, Mike Gesicki, and Jakeem Grant and Waddle? How would this offense look? And if you lie to yourself and you say it will look the same, then why in the heck are y'all raving about us going to get Tyreek Hill and Teron Armstead? We could have used them draft picks. Is this question I'm giving you is impossible for you to lie to yourself? It's impossible to lie to yourself. Better than Flores? It's hard to say it would be better than Flores when it did the same thing as Flores with Moore last year. Now, the offense may have put up, but the team as a whole overall, same result. Same record. Actually, a lower record compared to the 10-win season that we had. So to say more than Flores, what, offensive yards? That's about it. Barry just texted me Tua Tuesday, bro. Question mark. Come on, man. What do you mean by that? It's a scoring league. Yeah, I get it. It's a scoring league until somebody stop you from doing it. It's a scoring league until somebody stop you from doing it. And remember, it's a scoring league, but I'm sorry. This year, McDaniel, he got to win 11 plus. You can't sit there with 9 or 10 and think that is success. Y'all give me a second. Mm. Does Barry do a show called Tua Tuesday? No one really wants you. Oh wow, I didn't know that. Hey, I had no idea. Out of respect, I'm gonna change the name to Tua Grades just because. I just realized it's Tuesday and it matched with Tua, and I was like Tua Tuesday. Hey, I got him. Yeah, I had no idea. But yeah, I'll just change it. Um, David Thomas. The problem is Greer will always mortgage our future to keep his job, so we will always overpay for other teams' greats and not try and develop our own. Yeah, that's all fine and dandy, but he's at a point where he done spent the checkbook. It ain't much more you can leverage now. It ain't much more you can leverage now. It's a wrap. You done spent the checkbook. But real quick, y'all, I want to share my screen. I want to go into PFF real quick. All right, let's get up here. I'm going to go into PFF right now. Hopefully, y'all can see this just fine. So this is Tua's grade. Now they also have advanced stats as well. How about offensive grade chart? Let me see if there's anything we need to see. Hey, why is my system moving slow like that? I don't like that mess. No, I don't need that one. I don't need blocking, run blocking, passing. Okay. Let's look at his passing advanced stats. Okay. Okay. No, nothing there to see either. Well, here we go. There it is. All right. Right now this season, Tua is running a 65.3% completion percentage. I like to see Tua 67 or better. That's one area I feel like he needs to go ahead and get into that realm. The Chargers allowed Tannehill to be 83 freaking percent completion. 83. The Chargers let this man get an 83.3% completion, Tannehill. Tua versus the Chargers was 62.2%. We just got a whole lot more yak in ours. 4 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 2-1. Big time throw percentage. Week 1 was off the charts. Week 2, he had 2 big time throws. That's actually pretty good, y'all. Overall, he got 8 big time throws on the season. I mean, in the past, there were seasons Tua. Look at this. Look at it in the past. This is real good to start out the season. Look at big time throws, y'all. Look in the past. His rookie year, he had 7 all year, and he already got 8. His second year, he had 10, and he already got 8. Last year, he had 18, and he already got 8. That's a good sign. And look at the big time throw percentage going up. So he got to keep that up. Don't let that waver because that's a big stat. That's the intent. That's an intangible stat. Okay. Turnover worthy plays. He got 2. It's lower. He's on pace for a lower number than he's ever had with 2 turnover worthy plays. Now, the turnovers aren't the turnover worthy plays. These are additional plays that were not turned over that should have been. But the guy dropped the interception or something like that. So good job. Only having 2, that's pretty good right now. Tua doing some good stuff right now. All the statistics where you can be like, oh, he this and that. Right now in 2 games, he definitely changing that. Definitely looking good. Drops, he got 4 already. I don't like that. I don't like that this team is dropping the ball. They got 4 drops already because, let me see. Let me do the math. Yeah, I don't like the drop percentage. To have 4 right now, that's on pace for 32 almost. Actually, more than that. And that'll be the most he's ever had. Most he ever had. And hold on, let me look at the key again. I forgot what bat was. Bat is batted passes. Okay, that makes sense. All right. So I don't care nothing about batted passes. He already got 2 though. That actually ain't a good ratio to have 2 already, and the most you've had in your career is 5 in a season. Um, 1 sack. Let me see. Time to throw 228. He getting the ball out quicker than he ever has. 0 penalties. NFL rating is 102.9. 2 scrambles. Let me look at DPR. What was that again? DPR drops on target passes dropped by the receiver. Okay. Okay, so DPR, he already got 20. Dropped by the receiver, 20. That's pretty high. I'm gonna have to look into that stat. DRP by the receiver, DPR drops. They gotta fix their they got DRP twice. They don't have there go DPR, my bad. Total pressures of the passer of any kind generated by the defense. Okay, that ain't drops. I often say that's high. That don't make sense. So pressures, he's at 20. 816. That's not good, actually. That means he's on pace for 170 pressures, more than he's ever had in his career, even though he ain't played no full seasons. But even though he not getting sacked, we're giving up a lot of pressures. That's why I want to shift gears real quick. Let's get out of premium. Let's get out of premium real quick. Well, let me look at one more thing. Passing concept. I like looking at these. Play action. Hold on. Let me see something. Okay, here we go. 27% of our plays are play action. Non-play action is 73. Screen pass is 5%. Okay. Play action completion percentage is 68.4. Non-play action is 64. Screens at 100%. Good job, because he used to struggle there. Yeah. Non-play action, he has his highest rating, but play action is the highest completion percentage. What that means is PFF is telling you that sometimes he may be even hitting the wrong target where the opportunity is, because you got a higher completion percentage in play action than non-play action, but your PFF grade is higher in non-play action. That means that there must be times PFF sees him checking down when an opportunity is there with more depth. Has to be. Let's see what else. All right, I think that's good enough. That's all I wanted to see. Let me see any more statistics I want to see. Passing depth. We could look at the passing depth real quick. Y'all give me 1 second. I don't know why my system keeps All right, testing. Let me know. Can y'all hear me? Yes or no? Let me know if you can hear me in the comment section. All right, here's the passing depth. Right now, the behind the line of scrimmage, not so good. The short passes, he's killing them. Intermediate, he's doing good. Deep, he's doing good. Everything right now across the board. Tua has always struggled deep left. I don't know why, but he has gotten better on intermediate left because he usually struggles there. And short left, he struggles too, but he's doing good in all of them. But right now, he's struggling deep left. Now, it's only 5 attempts, so that's not too bad. Only 5 attempts deep left, and only 1 completion out of those 5 attempts. Outside of that, man, everything's all good on his depth. Both of his turnover worthy plays that were not intercepted are both deep left as well, just so you know. The 2 turnover worthy plays, both of them were deep left. So it's something about that deep left is just not connecting. And he's throwing the ball also short on those situations. I don't know why. Let me look at deep right. He got 4 shots. He done got 3 of them. 3 of them are big time throws, all 3 of them. But something about the left side, he's not doing well at all on the deep left. Interesting. All right, cool. Let me see. Any more stats we want to go over? Last one. Passing pressure. I don't know if this we already kind of seen. Oh, this is how you do versus blitz versus non-blitz, all that stuff. So when they keep Tua clean, which is 75% of all snaps, yeah, he's phenomenal right now. You keep him clean, he's money. Okay. When he's under pressure, not good. That's a D, 66.6. When you pressure Tua, it's not good. He's 8 of 18, which is 44%. This is why it baffles me why teams be in that raggedy zone, sitting back there, sitting 4. Now, not blitz, 63.6. It's not terrible at all. But definitely can get better. When blitz, he's actually killing them in the blitz. Excuse me. That's because he's hitting that right away, that check down. Very good. And Mac Jones does that well too. Tua's doing it very good right now. When they blitz, hit the hot right away. But when they get pressure on them and that pressure is breaking down the O-line, at the end of the day, the reality is you got to get pressure. That's the only chance you got. Only shot you got is getting pressure. All right. All right, that's all Tua stats. Let's go back to PFF. Oh no, I'm already logged in. No, I've never thought about it, what it'll be like if he threw with his right. Never did. TD, teams don't blitz because Tua gets it out too fast, so why blitz? Well, if you play man-to-man, bump and run, blitz. Because what's helping Tua is when you do blitz and you run in zone in your blitzes. Like, let me give you an example. You know the worst defense for Tua? You know what defense would make Tua look so bad? The zero. If you man-to-man bump and run, he just got to toss it up. He got to hurry up and toss it up. He got to hurry up and throw the slant and hope that, you see what I'm saying? And if you put our receivers are too small. Pontiac J, I'm gonna be honest. I'm kind of tired of answering this, but I keep explaining to y'all when everybody try to correct me and say, "But the Chargers played a lot of man." Yes, there is a difference. This is what I keep trying to explain to you guys. There is a difference between man coverage with soft cushion and man coverage bump and run. There is a huge difference. You could play man coverage and the DB could be in man 10 yards off the line of scrimmage. Look at what we did with Mac Jones. You remember how many times Eli Apple was 10 yards off the line of scrimmage and Mac Jones would throw to Devontae Parker behind the line of scrimmage and he'll make a move and get 8 yards? That's easy. That's man coverage, though. Oh, Mac Jones is great at man. No, he not. Well, he is, but in those circumstances. So if you run man coverage and you get 8-yard cushion and the slot receiver is on a crossing route right away, you beat. When I speak of man coverage and I relate it to us struggling, I am talking about a DB in our receiver's face. And when that ball is hiked, arms are extended. Contact is made. We are horrible. I am trying to tell y'all, we are horrible. Now, lucky us, if the game got 40 plays, these teams probably only do it 7 times. But go look at those 7. We're probably 2 of 7. And go look at man coverage with cushion. You probably get that another 7 times, and we're probably 6 of 7. And the rest of the game, they just zone it out, and we're for 25 plays, and we're probably 21 of 25. Go look at the Chargers game last year when they put their hands on our receiver on 90% of the plays. That's what you get as a result. Look at the Patriots game when they start coming back late in the game and the offense start fluttering. They start putting their hands on the receivers and playing man coverage. Go look at the Chargers game. Just go look at all the incomplete passes and tell me what happens. You're going to see a correlation. Matter of fact, what you need to do is just go look at the incomplete passes. Don't even worry about the completed passes. Just go look at the incomplete passes and you might see a correlation at a high percent. And I try to explain this to people, and they just keep on saying, yeah, but we're great at man in general stats, because all man coverage ain't the same. There's not a defense that can stop us. That's what we said last year after we played the Bears, Browns, and whatever. Lions, Bears, and Browns. Y'all, we got to stop living in this world thinking there's no defense that can stop us, because truth be told, the Patriots actually played great defense outside of the run defense. Our passing game, Patriots did a good job. The Patriots did a good job. Outside of them giving up them dinking dunks of 8 yards the whole day, they actually did a good job. Tua had 1 touchdown, 1 interception, 249 yards. And when that guy said for New England, Tua is a good, he actually gave Tua props. He said Tua is a good quarterback, but he don't do nothing special against us. He doesn't. When you look at New England, every time he plays New England, he don't do nothing special. He's a good quarterback, but he don't do nothing special against them. They take away the deep ball, so Tyreek Hill and them can't get off like they do. And they give up those little dink and dunks in zones all day, but they're giving you that because Bill Belichick want to bend but don't break. Patriots didn't stop us. All right, I mean, if that's how you want to look at it, okay. That's how you want to look at it. It's fine. Let me move this. Let me put Miami Dolphins up. We're gonna look at some of our team grades with players on the team through 2 weeks. Probably should be doing this tonight, but I'll do it now. Well, at least try to do some. Our O line is good because of the new coach. Man, I don't know, y'all. I keep telling y'all, let's just see some more games. I think we have a skewed perception right now off of 2 games against 2 of the worst teams in the NFL this year. Patriots are not a good team, and the Chargers have proven now they are not a good team. We just all expected more of them, but they're not. When you really think about it, the Dolphins in the first 3 games have played a combined team that's 0-6. Have y'all thought about that? 3 games in, our opponents are 0-6. 0-6. Don't even have a victory yet. And I don't say this to diminish our victory over the Chargers, but come on, you allow Tannehill to have an 83.3% completion percentage. You allow Ryan Tannehill to literally have a 124 passer rating. Tua was amazing in that game, and Tannehill had a higher passer rating. And this is with Derrick Henry running the ball well. We didn't run the ball on the Chargers like that at all. Tannehill would have probably had a whole bunch more yards if they couldn't run the ball. It don't make no sense. Now you can get Tannehill a decent game, but come on, you allow like let this sink in. You allow 83.3% completion. Even Tua in that game only had 62 or something like that. 83.3. Your secondary is trash. Your secondary is trash. So this is why I say simmer. We need to simmer down and wait till we play teams like the Eagles, the Cowboys. Even get this Buffalo win. Even the Denver. Even though I think Denver, both of their corners hurt. Maybe I'm wrong. I thought I heard that both their secondaries hurt already. They got a great defense, but they secondary already banged up. Maybe they'll be back. I don't know. I haven't checked on the statuses. But we all think that nobody can stop us when we just played some of the worst teams in the NFL when it comes to what they've given up already on the Chargers defense has to be ranked 28th or worse right now. It has to be. Has to be. PFF has Dolphins as best team after 2 weeks. Yeah, you're going to be. We're one of the better teams. But if one of the better teams plays 2 of the worst teams, then you should. You should be. Matter of fact, I want to see. I'm going to see if they have an NFL PFF team ranking yet, because we got a lot of first place and all that. I wonder, do they have ranking? Nothing. Oh, see, this is the old line ranking. Let's just do this. Let's just pull up Chargers. Let's just pull up Chargers. Let's see if they have anything for them yet. Points allowed, they're 30th. Overall, 22nd. Offense, 7th. Makes sense. Defense, 31st, as I expected. Because their offense still been good both weeks. I don't care what you say about Tua versus Herbert. Herbert still balled out when you look at the line. Defense, 31st in the NFL. Come on. 31st in the NFL. So we played the 31st ranked defense. Patriots should be a lot better, though. Patriots should be a much better. Chargers, no Eckler last week. And they still top 10 offense, though. Patriots probably, let me see. And they defense 14th. 14th ranked defense. Overall, they're an 18th ranked team. 23rd on offense. So, yeah, now let's look at Denver. And, yeah, they're 31st because of us. The Titans did more damage than us. It's not just about yards that go into a PFF ranking. From a PFF standpoint, the Titans hurt them worse than we did. Denver, defense 27th. It's a wrap. Yeah, we're going to blow them out too. Yeah, I think they secondary, they two starting, if I'm not mistaken, they hurt. But yeah, 27th. Come on, man. Come on. We finna start out with 0-6 teams that aren't good, and we out here saying nobody can stop us. Let me see. I want to look at the Bills. We got them the week after. That should be a better test. The Bills got a good defense. Tied for 19th. That's interesting. He ain't that great so far this year. Who else? Chiefs. We're going to do the player PFFs tonight during film study. Chiefs 26th. Let's look at the Jets. See, where are these top defenses at? They hiding right now. Where are the clump of these top defenses? The Jets have the 4th ranked defense. Dallas. Let's see. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I'm worried about that game. Well, I'm only pulling up teams that we play. I'm only trying to pull up like the good teams that we play, actually. Yep. Dallas, number 1 ranked defense for now. Offense is 14th, but they're the 2nd best team overall. And they probably got us number 1. Or we didn't do Eagles yet? See what the Eagles talking about. They're 11th. I want to go to Washington real quick. Then I'm gonna do the Giants. Dallas ain't play nobody. That's the point. We ain't either. That's how they look at it. Yeah, Washington 8th. Telling you that NFC East is gonna be tough for us. Last, let's do Giants. Now, if Giants got a high rating, that's gonna tell you a lot. You can't look at that week one. That was their offense giving up points and stuff. Ugh, 29th. Didn't matter. Ravens. Yeah, we do play them. Anybody else we play, let me know so I can make sure I put them in. Ravens. Who else do we play? It got to be like 2 or 3 more teams. 6th. Yeah, the Ravens, and they got a top 10 offense. Anybody else that we're missing that we play that I haven't put in? I did the Chiefs. I did Philly. Did Denver. Panthers. Do we play the Steelers? I don't think we play the Steelers. Panthers, I know. This might be the last team that we play. Do we play the Titans this year, y'all? I don't think we play the Titans this year. I'm about to get out of here in like 3 minutes, y'all. So the Panthers 13th. That ain't bad. I'm about to get out of here. Is there any other team? Any other team? We play the Titans this year? Y'all sure? Yes, we do, TD. Dang. Gosh. You know what? The other day I said we play them, then I was like, no, we don't. And then I stuck with that, and yeah, we do. And I hate that. 16th on defense. So they're in the middle of the pack right now, but they also played the Chargers, the 7th ranked offense, and they played the Saints, which wasn't good. That was a defensive battle, though. So Monday night, Titans. Okay, last one is Raiders. And these rankings going to change every week, y'all. All right, here we go. 23rd. That's good. So as of right now, it ain't that bad of a slate. But later in the season, you'll have these defenses more defined of what they truly is rated. Somebody said number 1 overall. Aren't we on defense? No. All right, I'll look us up one more time and then I'm out of here. We're 12th on defense right now, just first on offense. We got to keep doing what we're doing to maintain those positions. Can you put the link in the description bio, TD, please, and thank you. Which link? Which link you talking about? I'm not sure what you're talking about. Sahar H, I'm not sure what link you're talking about. If you're talking about to PFF, this is a subscription. So, yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. So, I got to get out of here though, because I'm gonna go get my little boys from school. So if I'm not here, in time to get your answer, then just hit me up. Oh, she said PFF. It's a subscription. All you gotta do is Google PFF, click on it, and then log in. But we have PFF nights. Like on Tuesdays, we're gonna be doing PFFs like early in the day and in Tua rankings. And then at night we do film study and a little bit more PFF. So tonight at 8:00, we're gonna pick up where we left off. We're gonna do PFF for the players now. We're gonna start going down, looking at how our players are doing versus the league, where we're strong, where we aren't strong, and then because y'all gonna be shocked, some of these guys just aren't doing very well. I'll just put it like that. Okay. Some of the better players too on top of that, just FYI for the season total. But then we'll go over some film as well. All right. So love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Fins up no matter what. Y'all take care of yourself. Stay blessed as always. I will see y'all this evening. Again, jersey giveaway via a gift card tonight. Come have a chance to win. All right. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. We'll see y'all soon. Peace. I am out.